Hi, everybody, and welcome to Global Healing for Humanity. Well, for you and humanity. Let me just turn that down a bit so it's not so shiny in my face. Nice to have you present, and looking forward to do some healing tonight for your both yourself and our planet, and settle this world down and get it organized. So let's look at the fact that we're dealing with um, our energy wave patterns that uh, are flowing into humanity. I'm talking about some spiritual stuff now for a moment. So, the energy wave patterns, we wonder why that we seem to be having fluctuating days. Sometimes, we're tired, and sometimes we feel ungrounded, and sometimes the energy is really high, and sometimes it's not. And so, we're wondering what's going to happen this week. Well, we are shifting tonight, tomorrow. So this is April 19, and some of you are already perhaps looking at this for April 20. So you're already in a different time zone. But Taurus constellation, excuse me, Taurus constellation is influencing us. And so we're moving out of that just the extensive will of the cosmic energy wave patterns, like strong will drive, um you know kind of bring out the more of a fire energy. Now what we're going to start to do this week is we're going to start to balance that with some earth energy. So a lot of things are going to be talking to you, specifically your foundation this week, your physical body, like just your needs, like physical grounding, financial, home, your work, your plans, like that which is under your feet. So the earth, very much the earth energy. But it's also situations that bring stability and grounding. That's why I entitled this particular presentation tonight for healing, grounding and energizing. So you want to stay nice and balanced and grounded, but you also want to take advantage of the energizing, the build up in the second quarter, which runs in our second quarter. It runs from equinoxes to solstice. In this case, from the March equinox to the June solstice. Excuse me, a little bit of tickle. And so we're building something. Now, what are we building? You're building a strong alignment between your soul's light, the higher cosmic consciousness, as we say, the higher divine will and plan, and integrating that down into your body, and making sure your personality, your day-to-day personality, your activities day to day have a nice, stable interface. Your work, it's working together between that which you have in your goals and dreams and all the things that are coming up for you mentally and spiritually, but it has a ground. So it's to bring a bit more security around the world. Now, right now, our world is very unstable. It continues to be unstable. There's a lot of like, what's going to happen? All this fluctuating? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to make happen. We're going to make happen that individuals like yourself are going to stabilize your life first. And then, in effect, we are going to stabilize the humanity and the planet. You might think, well, that's pretty, pie in the sky. Like, how are we going to impact 8 billion? You look at the map behind me, 8 billion people. Well, we're not the only ones sitting here. I mean, we're doing our part. There are many others doing, contributing and doing their part, both seen and unseen. So we do have the power to create a very healthy and stable planet. But it starts with us, and it starts with you really paying attention to how you feel. What's your body telling you? What are your emotions? Like, what do you find that you have to remove from your life or transform right now, that will bring you more stability? A lot of people are looking at how they want to even balance their work, their home, changes being made about your physical life. Some are moving, some are minor changes, some are major, but it's um, it's important that you're drawing your vision into this equation as well. So the grounding and then the lifting up and the vision. Vision is important. That's why Taurus brings us this from the constellation Taurus, brings us the influence of a star that's called Aldebaran. It's the star of the forehead of the bull. Now that's up in the stars. Okay, so that's a constellation that you're saying, well, that's all very nice. How, again, does that impact me? Well, it impacts you because it's inspiring you to use your vision center. So your vision center is focused on your divine alignment or your soul purpose, that which you are here to do with your special, your very unique gifts themselves. And then you're grounding it. You're putting these seeds down. You're putting these, um, these the roots down, if you will, of your steps towards achieving your vision. So right now is the perfect time to really engage the seed thought planting of where you're going, like that, who you are, where you're going, what your dreams are, your visions are. Do an analysis, an assessment of self. Know where you are at now and be very clear, even if you have to write it down. You write down, okay, so here's where I'm at. Where do I want to get to? So your self-analysis, some people are getting some help with that, but you have to be able to know, like actually lock on to that self-realization of where you're at, and it'll be a much easier than to take the steps of where you're going. Taurus is an interesting constellation. It has all this sort of, presentation of earth and grounding, but the key is that Aldebaran star. And don't forget its opposite right now, which is Scorpio, which is again about higher mind, strong mind. So the world may be revealing its instability and may be revealing its shadows and needs for transformation, but it's happening to you as well. You personally, you are revealing, you are analyzing, assessing, reflecting on what is it that needs to change in your life, what needs to be transformed in your life. So that's what we're going to work at right now, is kind of bring that power in, do your meditations. We're going to do it right now, a healing meditation, and let's bring that vision and that energy down into you, like you build up your inner power. Then it's a lot easier to apply when you've got some life force going on inside of you and you feel motivated from the fire effect still happening from the Aries constellation, because we're only just changing over. Then you feel good, like you feel, like say, you feel good, motivated, and you know where you're going. Last thing before we do the healing, watch your body. Is going to talk to you a lot this week and continue to talk. It's saying, please change this, please change that, please make a few adjustments here. So you are getting to know what your body requires and make the changes. I know it's not much fun always to make changes. We're all cutting a few things out here and there. Okay, so let's start with some healing. I'll go into that right now. And we don't have the music built in, so we'll just work on staying focused with our breathing. So let's do this right now. We'll take about a 10 minutes just to do some healing. So wherever you're listening from, if you'll now join in by closing your eyes and starting with some nice deep breaths in. As you begin to tune out the external world, this is a very special time that is just for you. As you are breathing and just focusing on that connection to your own soul's light, you can increase that by visualizing the light of your soul as the light of the sun above your head. Breathing deeply and let your belly do the work. Let your shoulders relax and drop your lower back tension. Just let your belly hang out on every exhale. You are here in the inner temple of healing and wisdom. And you are protected by guardians in the four directions, above and below. And your soul's light that you're breathing the life force in from into your nose is increasing with power every time that you breathe in. Find your rhythm so that on every exhale, you actually start to feel the energy cascading down through your body, bringing you that grounded, that integrated feeling, stabilizing the life force inside, washing away all worries and stresses at this time of your life. Notice as you create your cyclic rhythm of breathing that's comfortable for you. Notice that you actually can breathe out the tension. This is your soul's light, and you are the master. You are the master of your life, co-creating with the divine. Therefore, you're healing yourself, connecting with your soul. Here in the inner temple of healing and wisdom, you may sense that the light of your soul joins with the sacred light of the temple. And it brings a radiance in the inner temple, in and around you. So much so that you can actually perhaps visualize or sense the flame of your beautiful candle in front of you that sits upon the sacred altar in the temple. It may even sound like little crackling fire of the beautiful flame. That candle has your name on it. There's a sweet fragrance of your favorite incense or flower essence permeating the inner temple, so that every time you breathe in, you feel like you're drawing that very therapeutic essence into your body with the light, with the higher vibration. It begins to concentrate itself, cleansing and strengthening your energy centers from the top of the head right down into the forehead and back of the head. And at the forehead, you may sense a beautiful vibration that may feel like a teardrop jewel that sits over your forehead, symbolizing, of course, the vibration of your own inner eye, your vision center. The rays of healing cleanse the back of your head at the occipital, cleansing the little window to let your soul's light shine through the back of the head, which adds the power for your manifestation of your vision. Perhaps you need some help to know what you're visualizing. There's a little card folded sitting up by your candle, just a little cardboard, white with writing on it. Let the image or the word on that card help you in identifying your vision. Whatever comes to mind, feel the texture on that little card of the words or the image. Make it more tangible. Let yourself breathe deeply and draw that soul's light down inside your head. And know that you will manifest that which you are envisioning. Let it just flow through you. As the energy now comes down the back of the neck and spine, let's bring that energy down. On every exhale, let the life force flow down your spine. Now there's some nice grounding here as we stabilize. You might feel a little warmth or tingling right at the sacrum tailbone. As the energy ray is focused by the ministering ones right here, right down in that lower sacrum tailbone area. And it feels like a warm, radiant, cascading light. Grounding and energizing. The worthy master indicates that there is no obstacle. There's no obstacle here. You have a straight flow of light between your soul and the vision at your forehead and inside your head and the occipital that already is coming all the way down to your tailbone and sacrum. There's no obstacle. It does need some grounding though, some support in the physical world. So we move this down into your hips, both sides. Oh, now this may be where you need to clear the hips, the knees, the feet. Believe in yourself. can manifest this vision. Breathe it down. Breathe the help from the cosmic, the divine plan. Breathe it down. I'm going to do a little wash, a little symbolism, a little bit of splash, a little cleanse in your hips, front and back, your knees, front and back, your feet. Cleansing the lower physical world, getting the obstacles of false beliefs in your knees and feet. That is changing. That will move things away for you, make it nice and clear, making space. Let us now say that you have begun to plant your seed thoughts into your physical world. The Worthy Master says that the lower physical world for you is like beautiful, fertile ground. Your thoughts, your visions, your soul's guidance, easily setting down right now as seed thoughts into your life. Now we can start thinking about bringing that back now as you are going to bring yourself back here in the inner temple. We're going to open our eyes when you're ready. Have a little break before we do our next healing. So when you're ready, just open your eyes, breathing all that energy down into your body, especially your hips, knees, and feet. Hips, knees, and feet. Okay. All right, now we'll just pause here for a moment. Then before we go on to the next healing. So let's think about that. There's no obstacles between your soul's light, the vision that you are engaging with your soul for your life, forehead, occipital at the back, coming down through the top, creating that nice triad inside. There's no obstacles there to come down. So what happens when it hits the physical world in your hips, knees, and feet? Now you have to look at your physical world to say, what is it that I'm thinking that's not in alignment with my vision? Now, when you do those reflections, remember that what you falsely believe that you're holding in your knees, holding in your ankles and hips, they are an illusion, meaning there's no substance to them. They are beliefs that were created through periods of time prior to now. I'll put it linear just for discussion, that they don't match. They don't match the vision for this lifetime of for your soul's experience. So now you can say, I don't have those beliefs anymore then. I'm going to transform those beliefs. Because I don't think when you go into your garden and you take a seed that's supposed to grow a squash or tomato, or you don't put that seed in saying, well, this is never going to grow a squash or a tomato. Like you don't put that thought. You put it down and you say, I'm growing a squash, I'm growing a tomato, I'm growing this. So from source to that little seed, There's no blocks. It's the squash doesn't say, "Well, I don't know if I'm a squash." Like, so you're putting the seeds in. So it's a similar principle. What are you planting in your life right now? What is it that is in your vision from your divine self that you're planting in this fertile, beautiful world here? So start thinking about what you're planting. And that's why we emphasize and energize. That's why I specifically called this grounding and energizing tonight, because you're grounding, you're feeling the body, feeling the connection, you're energizing the vision. And that's what this particular constellation and energy shift is about this week. And it will continue, and we will build upon that even next week. We've got to get this vision of yours exactly how you'd like it to be according to your co-creative process with your divine self. So the energy wave patterns are helping you, and they're sourced from Taurus coming in. Oh yeah, we have Aries, as I said. We're just switching today and tomorrow. So we caught this conversation together at the very beginning of it, and that's why we'll build on it. But what about humanity? Let me switch gears for a moment. Here we are sitting in the inner temple where I left off with you, and we have a lot of things going on with thoughts, seed thoughts that are not pleasant going on around the world. What are we going to do to contribute to changing that? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a very simple visualization, the pyramid. Very simple visualization. And we're going to go with our thoughts to the Middle East, Northern Africa, Giza. And we're going to use that as an anchor, use that as a focal point, because everybody knows a pyramid, the Giza pyramids. And we're going to go there together, and we're going to focus very positive thoughts about neutralizing the instabilities of negative forces, negative conversations, the aggression, the arrogance, the greed, the suffering that is placed upon people from it. We're going to neutralize that. We're going to send really good thoughts out around the world at various points. So we better start now, or you're going to be upset that I'm going over on the time. So we're going to start now, and I'm going to pick you up again, and we'll just spend like even 6 or 7 minutes just sending that positivity out around the world, because you are each very, very, how should we say, um, souls, old souls that are here and ready to do the cosmic service that you know you're capable of. And we certainly appreciate that all around the world. All right, so let's start. I'm just going to pick you up where I left off in the inner temple. We'll do the healing, and then we'll bring them back, and then I'll let you go. Okay, so let's start now. So if you'll close your eyes once again with me, please, and start to reconnect with where we left off, just by visualizing or sensing that beautiful light above your head once again, your own soul's light. Only this time, I'd like you to really feel your radiance. As you're breathing in your soul's light and exhaling on your own rhythm, take your time. Notice that as you exhale, you're going to feel your aura, your energy feel getting stronger and more vibrant every time you breathe. We are now going to even further strengthen our connections with our beautiful constellations and our soul's light. So let's playfully use some imagination here for those who need visualization, and those who would like to allow more images to come to them. So from here, where you are sitting in front of your sacred altar with your candle and the power at your inner eye, continuing to expand every time you breathe, we're going to step up and walk up the stairs in the east past the sacred altar. And we're just going to go to another level of the inner temple, where we are now all going to enter the most beautiful theater, like an assembly in a theater. The huge screen, the white screen of the theater that's about to play, the movie that's about to play. And you find your place to sit down in this incredibly bright and radiant, it's a warm theater of light. And there on the screen in front of you, you'll see our extraordinary Mother Earth, as if we're up in the stars, way up, and we're looking down upon our planet and humanity. And we take a nice deep breath in, and we can feel in our hearts how beautiful Mother Earth is. Just feel the light flowing from Source, Divine Source, through you. And it's flowing through you, and you're receiving that light. And we're going to also transmit now light by focusing down like a lens, like a telescopic lens with your eye, right down to Northern Africa, to Egypt, to the beautiful pyramids at Giza, focusing on the largest pyramid there. And you can almost feel it buzzing or humming, meaning the vibration of the global and celestial Om is moving into that and through that. But this beautiful alignment goes way up into the stars, way up into source light and the cosmic. And the divine love and light and greater mind that flows from the greater stars and the celestial bodies, the higher realms and the higher heavens. We join in with the song and the vibration, and we ask that may it be distributed throughout the Middle East. The light, the peace, the love, and may the lower thoughts be neutralized now. Let us have higher reason prevail unto humanity's choices and decisions now. Higher reason. Let's all care through the heart and bless the children and bless the animals. Bless the kingdoms. Put down all the weapons. Just put them down. Put them down. Let them fall apart. Just let them not be anymore connected to negativity. Instead, positive thoughts as we look at one another And they all realize we are one family. One big human family, part of a celestial family. And all the angelic, all the higher realms of light and mind and love join with you now. You can almost feel a calm or smoothing out. Just let your mind feel the rays smoothing out. Just smooth across the Middle East, extending across the planet, around the planet, joining with the love of Mother Earth. And just breathe. Let the divine guide the healing. Just let it flow. You're going to notice light coming down into the top of your head because it's healing you and it's healing humanity and the planet at the same time. Love, just love through our hearts. Okay. Wonderful wave sent out. Now we can remove ourselves from the theater now. We can always come back here at any time, and every Sunday we will. So let's bring ourselves out of the theater now. That light is still flowing. You can see it going into trees, and it's carried on the winds. It's moving through the oceans, the lands. It's just going to keep flowing. So you can bring yourself now back to where we started in the inner temple. And you can focus on your own body now. And just breathing from source down through your body. And you can take your time. Whenever you're ready, you can just open your eyes and come back. And you've sent a lovely healing out in conjunction with and in harmony with what we'll call the ministering ones or the higher heavenly realms. We're all a part of all of it. We send that out around our planet and our earth, and I thank you for that. So I hope that you have enjoyed this evening and that you will join in again next Sunday for global healing for humanity, for you and humanity, so that we can make this world a better place. And I appreciate it very much that you joined in. So until we meet again, bye for now. Be healthy.